wa neema yote, imbisha moyo wangu. Praise God, everyone. I am Mercy Achieng.
I'm Martha Syengo.
We will be welcoming you to our show, that is the Sabbath Welcoming, and in the book of John chapter 14 verse 6 it says, I am the way, the truth and the light.
Indeed, thus says the Lord. It's on every Friday as from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. as we draw near the feet of Jesus and cast our burdens unto Him.
Here in this show, we will be preparing Christians spiritually, mentally and emotionally for the Sabbath that is due. We will be encouraging each other with inspirational messages, gospel and interactive discussion. Join us every Friday as from 5 to 6 p.m. as we quench our thirst for Christ.
This week on News Recap, politics took a new turn.
DCP blames the government of not delivering what they promised.
Health concerns sparked a fresh conversation.
The big question remains to Kenyans. Is SHA still working?
Security issues continue to make headlines. And groundbreaking discoveries captured global attention. These are the stories shaping our world. News Recap, where the week's biggest story come together.
Maybe 6. I'm watching and welcome to News Recap. I'm going to be your host, Martha Syengo. Of course, we have got a lot prepared for you today. But first, let's begin with the top stories.
This week on News Recap, politics took a new turn.
DCP blames the government of not delivering what they promised.
Health concerns sparked a fresh conversation.
The big question remains to Kenyans. Is SHA still working?
Security issues continue to make headlines. And groundbreaking discoveries captured global attention. These are the stories shaping our world. News Recap, where the week's biggest story come together.
The nation continues to mourn the tragic dormitory fire in Gilgil as investigators uncover fresh details surrounding the incident. 9 suspects so far have been arrested and are expected to have the cases.
A profound sense of sorrow grips Syengo, where the blackened skeletal ruins of a school dormitory stand as a heartbreaking reminder of a tragedy that has stunned the nation. The aftermath paints a horrific picture with smoke-stained walls, shattered windows, and accounts of terrified girls jumping from upper floors as flame cut off the main exit. Inside the compound, DCI's detectives have arrested suspects scheduled to face formal charges in court this Tuesday. CCTV footage shows the arson was carried out just after midnight using paraffin to torch mattresses following grievances over an accelerated exam schedule and alleged financial demands.
Tuko na habari sasa kamili ya kwamba wanafunzi 8 kupitia uchunguzi imepatikana kwamba wanafunzi 8 wanakiziwa kwamba walihusika na kuchoma hiyo dormitory.
12 nilianza kusikia nduru. According to me, dom yetu tunakwanga the noisiest dom, so like tulikuwa tunaona like it's a normal like makelele, but sasa according to me wenye tunalala huko mwisho tukasikia a strong smell like venye mattress zikichomeka.
Hii ni kitu inafaa kushughulikiwa, na hata sisi wazazi tunafaa kujua watoto wetu. Juu kama mtoto ni wa aina hii ya kufanya hiyo mfisanga, unafaa kuwa unamuelewa mtoto. Na ni vizuri tuwe tunaongelesha watoto wetu. Unamwambia wale watu unatembea na wao, ukisikia wanaongea mambo kama hayo, jiepushe na wao na kibia uripoti.
However, serious questions of negligence hung over the administration. Investigators established that about 200 students were crowded into a place built for 100, trapping several victims in one corner when anti-panic doors were reportedly found blocked.
Kuna mambo ya standard procedures ambayo ilifaa kufuatwa. Number 1, tunajua ya kwamba kuna one side of the dormitory ilikuwa imefungwa, ya ambayo ingekuwa ni exit ya hiyo dormitory, na hapo ndio wanafunzi 10, about 10 students died at that particular corner.
2 teachers were informed of this planned unrest by a section of Form 3 learners. However, these teachers did not take appropriate action before the arson despite having been informed of this incident beforehand.
That second term is usually a very, very sensitive term because of pressures of exam and other pressures. Last week I met all the principals and directed them to engage the students so that we can avoid this situation. Unfortunately, this situation has happened again.
We've received a preliminary report which alleges that 2 of our teachers were aware of this incident and they didn't take action. But we will follow the due process. We are giving the criminal aspect space to finish their part, interrogate the teachers. Then we'll start a procedure as per our code of regulation so that whoever is found culpable, we will actually take disciplinary action.
Reporting for TAS TV, I'm Grace Tabitha.
In charge following the violent protests erupting over the establishment of an Ebola is concerned about facilities location with demonstrators to clashes between and security officers. The unrest disrupted business activities and transport services as police moved in to restore order. Authorities investigations into the death, while health officials continue to defend the quarantine center as a precautionary public health measure. Officials have assured residents that strict safety protocols will be observed. Over the leaders called for calm and dialogue to address community concerning the prevent further violence. Masimwan collected the information for us.
Were killed and several others injured after violent protests erupted in Nanyuki over the establishment of an Ebola quarantine facility. Residents took to the streets to voice concerns about the facility's location, with demonstrations escalating into clashes between protesters and security officers. The unrest disrupted business activities and transport services as police moved in to restore order.
Na akakuja na bike mpaka hapa nje, akaweka bike yenye alikuwa naye kwa job, akaniambia dakika.
Moving to another story, our families journey to support their injured daughter dead in tragedy after they were involved in a road accident along the Naivasha-Nakuru highway. The parents were reportedly traveling to visit their daughter, who was receiving treatment following a fatal incident at Utumishi Girls Academy. The heartbreaking incident has left the community in shock as authorities investigate the circumstances surrounding the crash. Our reporter Teresa Makwele with more reports.
A family's journey to support their daughter ended in a tragedy after they were involved in a road accident along the Naivasha-Nakuru highway. The parents were reportedly traveling to visit their daughter, who had been injured in a fire incident at Utumishi Girls Academy. The accident has left relatives, friends, and members of the community in shock. What began as a trip to comfort and care of their daughter turned into a heartbreaking ordeal, adding to the pain already faced by the family following the school fire incident. Authorities responded to the scene and launched investigation into the cause of the crash. Emergency responders worked to assist those involved as concern grew over the family's well-being and the condition of their injured daughter. The incident has sparked an outpouring of sympathy from the public, with many experiencing condolences and calling for continued support for the family. As investigation continues, the community remains united in mourning and hoping for healing for all those impacted by this tragedy event. Reporting for TAS TV, I'm Teresa Makwele.
Just a week after the nation was plunged into shock following the tragic death of a 16-school learner at Utumishi Girls Academy in a suspected case of arson, a fresh wave of student unrest seems to have hit secondary school across the country. Several institutions have been forced to close down over the past month due to strike and destruction of property. Lenana School has now joined the growing list of the school shut down due to student unrest, and now our reporter Colin Massey reports in the developing crisis that has left both parents and guardians on edge.
In a circular dated June 2nd, the Lenana School leadership announced the temporary closure of the institution, asking parents and guardians to pick up their children starting from 8 a.m. The memo initially cited learners' relentless disturbances during prep time on Monday night. In a rejoinder circular later in the day, the administration sought to clarify its position, detailing the reasons that led to the unrest. The management stated that the boys complained about an event called the Maroon Festival, hosted by the school on Sunday, May 31st, where students felt shortchanged by the overall quality of the event. Elsewhere, a section of parents from Ambira Boys High School in Siaya County have blamed their school administration for failing to address allegations of sexual harassment among students. Speaking during a press briefing in Nairobi, the parents claimed that grade 10 learners have been complaining about harassment by their counterparts in senior classes.
Reportedly, even the school chaplain knows this thing, and it has been there. So there is protection from the high leadership of the school, and that is what irritated our students, and they went into strike.
Our students raised the issues of gayism. Nothing was done. What are we doing as a leadership?
Ni uchungu sana. Pia walimu wanajua hii kitu na hawasemi. Wanaficha haya maneno yote, wana cover ya haya maneno against him.
The parents also opposed the 33,000 shillings charges per student to cover damage caused when the students went on rampage.
We don't know who put you there because you are incompetent. You've already overseen us as a school going to a debt of 140 million.
I appeal to Minister of Education to come into the Ambira affair so that our boys can go to school once they result to a certain amount that each and every parent can afford.
State House Girls in Nairobi, Sameta Boys Senior School in Kisii, Tarakwa Boys in Bomet, Mwasere Girls in Taita Taveta are among the latest institutions to witness student disturbances. Komen Masi, TAS TV.
A cloud of mourning in in Kikuyu constituency, Kiambu County, following a mysterious death of a medium-aged lady. The family members confirmed that the deceased has been struggling with mental illness for a while. Our reporter, Mother Syengo, gathered the story for us. Residents of Makuyu in Kiambu County are in shock following the death of a woman in a parent suicide incident. According to family members, the woman has allegedly been struggling with mental health challenges for some time. They said that before the tragic incident, she had called close relatives for a family meeting, a move that has now raised concern and sorrow among those who knew her.
Na akuli mzuri unakuta ako kwa barabara akiongea akiokota makaratasi. Ni wengi sana.
Sengine janga la kukosa kujielewa ako wapi, unapata anaanguka, kwa hivyo ana mental health ya kichwa. Jambo hili lililompata ni mwaka umeupita, na ambapo amekuwa akienda kwenye matibabu, na sasa hivi jana tuliweza kaongea na yeye mwenda wa saa 10:41, akaniambia ndugu yangu, njoo unione tuweze kuzungumza. Nikamwambia nami dadangu ndio natokea kazini, nitaweza kuzungumza nawe ili tuweze kujua tutasaidiana na yeye dadangu namna gani. Ila tu haikuweza kufikania, nimeweza kufika na nikapata ashaungua.
The incident has left the family and the wider community devastated, with many describing the woman as someone who might be battling with silent emotional and psychological difficulties. Authorities are expected to investigate the circumstances surrounding the death as the family continue to mourn their loved one.
Mimi kukuja hapa nikapata sistangu anapiga nduru. Sasa tukakuja na maadhi. Sasa ukuja naye hapa. Sikuamini.
Amekuwa akienda hospitali na kunywanga.
The tragedy has once again highlighted the importance of paying close attention to signs of emotional distress and ensuring that those who are facing mental health challenges receive timely support and professional help.
Madawa sasa anakuwa na hiyo shida ya akili. Jana ni kama ilizidi sana. Hata hajai fikiria kujichoma ama nini. Ndio tunataka kusaidiwa kwa sababu hatuna hiyo uwezo.
Reporting for TAS TV, my name is Martha Syengo. We are taking a short commercial break. We will be back shortly.
This week on News Recap, politics took a new turn.
DCP blames the government of not delivering what they promised.
Health concerns sparked a fresh conversation.
The big questions remain to Kenyans. Is SHA still working?
Security issues continued to make headlines. And groundbreaking discoveries captured global attention. These are the stories shaping our world. News Recap, where the week's biggest story come together.
Mambo vipi? Karibuni sana hapa kwenye Urban Connect.
Here we are talking about trending stories,
vibes,
movies,
udaku,
and games. Remember to join us,
Masi Mwangi
and Regina Brenda,
on every Tuesday from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. on TAS TV.
What's up? Karibuni sana kwenye sayari ya mapenzi. Ni kipindi tunachozungumzia kuhusu mapenzi, changamoto katika mapenzi, mahusiano ya mapenzi, suluhisho katika mapenzi. Kumbuka, ni kila siku ya Alhamisi. Ukiwa nami Tiza Mwende, nami Ruth Oyo, kwanza saa 9 hadi saa 10 jioni ndani ya TAS TV.
This week on News Recap, politics took a new turn.
DCP blames the government of not delivering what they promised.
Health concerns sparked a fresh conversation.
The big questions remain to Kenyans. Is SHA still working?
Security issues continued to make headlines. And groundbreaking discoveries captured global attention. These are the stories shaping our world. News Recap, where the week's biggest story come together.
Kenya is increasingly positioning itself as a leading destination for gastronomy tourism, using its rich culinary heritage to attract visitors from around the world. Partnership between tourism stakeholders and hospitality players, the country hopes to boost tourism revenue while showcasing its unique food culture. Our reporter Naomi Modeu has more.
Kenya is expanding its tourism industry by promoting rich food culture. Many travelers today are looking for a unique food experience alongside traditional tourist attractions.
Our aim is to showcase everything that's amazing, that's food related and an experience.
The Kenya Tourism Board and hospitality industry players are working together to market Kenya as a top food tourism destination. They hope this will attract more visitors and increase tourism earnings.
Part of it is the use of technology. It's very important for us as a brand being Eat Out, although it's a hospitality brand, fundamentally we're a technology brand.
Kenya's diverse environment and agricultural products play a key role in creating authentic farm-to-table experience.
What makes Kenya's culinary tourism unique compared to the rest of the world is that we have authentic farm-to-fork. Most of our products are organically grown in the farms. We are a country that is in the tropical. We have highlands, we have lowlands, we have the escarpments, we have different topographies, and that is infused in our culinary that makes it stand out with great flavor.
Officials believe gastronomy tourism will help showcase Kenya's culture, support local businesses, and strengthen the country's tourism sector.
We reckon that a majority of travelers go online, they search, they want to understand more about the destination or an experience before they make that decision.
Reporting for TAS TV, I'm Naomi Mutheu.
A family in Kisii County is mourning the tragic death of a 20-year-old university student whose body was discovered days after he went missing. The victim, Elijah Kigosho Nyabega, a student at Kenyatta University, had returned home for a holiday when he met his untimely death under mysterious circumstances. Detectives have launched investigations as residents demand justice and improve security. Our reporter Mwakabigo gathered the full story.
Grief hangs heavy over Nasibia village, Mosocho in Kitutu Churches South constituency, as a family struggles to come to terms with the horrific killing of their 20-year-old son, Elijah Gishogo Nyambega. The Kenyatta University student had returned home for the holidays just 3 days before his tragic demise. Following days of a frantic search, residents finally stumbled upon Elijah's body along a stretch of road in Ranshuru.
Bali alipatikana siku inayofuata, ameuawa na amerushwa kule Kebuko. Kijana alikuwa amepiwa visu vitatu hapa kwa mgongo, visu vingine vitatu hapa, na kisu kingine hapa kwenye mkono. Alafu amekatwa hapa, ameondolewa the whole skin.
Mtoto ambaye amenyongwa kiunyama ni wangu. Nilikuwa nampenda sana. Nikiwa mgonjwa wa kansa nilikuwa nimepokewa kwenda clinic.
Sura yake completely was tortured. Like you cannot see anything. The only thing you can see is the skull of the...
Elijah had borrowed a friend's motorcycle and left for the local trading center to pick up a jacket. The family says he was last seen fueling the motorcycle in town before he allegedly fell into the hands of unknown attackers. However, it remains unclear whether he was killed at this location or if his body was dragged along this Maram road after the murder, sparking more questions than answers.
Hakuwa mtu ambaye anaweza kusema mhalifu wa aina yoyote. Kwa sababu ya hali ya mama yangu, ningependa hata mimi niweze kupata kazi ili angalau niweze kumsaidia kwa pale ambapo amefikia.
Detectives from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations based in Nyangusu have since launched a manhunt for the perpetrators. Preliminary investigations indicate that the stolen motorcycle Elijah was riding has been traced towards the Kenya-Tanzanian border.
Yeah, they killed him so bad. And also the matter is under investigation and we really need the justice.
The family cries out for justice. The residents are left living in fear, hoping the police will come swiftly to bring the killers to book. Reporting for TAS TV, my name is Mwaka Mbigo.
And also protest Central Business District in urgent action over the increasing cases of child abductions and homicide in the country. The demonstrators joined rights activists and affected families for justice, accountability, and stronger measures to protect children. They also urged authorities to spread attention and to cases of missing children and gender-based violence. Our reporter Naomi Mogazia has more.
Hundreds of people marched through Nairobi Central Business District to protest against the rising cases of child abductions and femicide in the country. Protesters carried placards and called on the government to take urgent action to protect women and children.
Kila saa missing child. Popote pale, wanawake kuuliwa, hizo issue mmeziona, wanachinjwa, kuuliwa nini. Sasa tumechoka kama kina mama, tunasikia uchungu kwa roho.
Women of Kenya cannot even enjoy that madaraka because they are being targeted, they are being killed. So how can it be madaraka? We said it's going to be intentional. We are going to occupy the streets of Nairobi until our voices are heard by the highest office in this country.
Many of those who joined the demonstrations expressed anger and frustration, saying too many families are losing loved ones while justice remains slow. Some parents shared painful stories of missing children, accusing authorities of doing little to help.
Commemorating Happy Month, what is so happy about today? Worse off, our children are disappearing, they are being kidnapped. Where are they going to? What is the government telling us? Nothing.
57 days juu alipotea 15th April hadi sasa hatujampata. Tumereport police station zote, children's home, children department, lakini hatupati feedback. Saa tujui kama wana ignore ama wanapuuza ama wanajua, hatupati feedback, hatusaidii.
Rights activists also joined the protests, urging the government to implement recommendations aimed at ending gender-based violence and improving children protection. The demonstrations come amid growing concerns over reports of missing children and brutal killings of women across the country. Protesters say they will continue pushing for justice, accountability, and stronger measures to keep Kenyans safe.
Task force report and even the demands that have been made here, I am fully in support of what they are demanding. That as a society, as a country, we cannot have this. Let those recommendations made in that report be implemented.
Reporting for TAS TV, I'm Naomi Mungasia.
Moving to another story, our plant facility in Nanyuki has public because the residents going to the street to express their opposition. The government said that the project is aimed to strengthen the country's ability to this outbreak. Our reporter,
Tension remained high in Nanyuki after angry protests broke out over plans to build an Ebola quarantine and treatment center in the town. Main residents fear the facility could bring a dangerous virus closure to the community and put life at risk.
The reason as to why tumesema leo tupite tu protest, sababu iko kwa katiba na inatukubali tu protest. Na tunasema ya kwamba hiyo agreement wanasema ilisainiwa. Serikali iko na jukumu la kulinda our sovereignty as the Kenyan people.
The protest happened just days after the High Court temporarily stopped the project. The case was filed by the Law Society of Kenya and a constitutional watchdog who argue that Kenya health system may not be ready to handle such a serious disease.
Live bullets, and this is very unfortunate ya kwamba vijana wetu ambao tunategemea kukua the future of this country tunawapiga risasi wakati wanatokea kusema ya kwamba hawataki Ebola ndani ya Laikipia.
The government has defended the project. Health Minister Haden Duale says the facility is part of the Kenya international health responsibilities and will be available to anyone who needs treatment, not just foreign national. The United States has also pledged $13.5 to support Kenya's Ebola preparedness effort.
Why tumesema leo tupite tu protest, sababu iko kwa katiba na inatukubali tu protest. Na tunasema ya kwamba hiyo agreement wanasema ilisainiwa. Serikali iko na jukumu la kulinda our sovereignty as the Kenyan people.
Although police and security officers have restored calm in Nanyuki, many residents say they still oppose the project and they will continue their fight until the planned facility is completely cancelled. Reporting for TAS TV, I'm Jacqueline Akoth.
the national women's football team, the Harambee Starlets, have suffered a setback ahead of the fourth national tournament set to take place in Zambia. Goalkeeper Lilian Aworo and defender Enes Mango have been ruled out due to injury, dealing a blow to coach Baldin Ademba's planned as the team continues its preparation for the region tournament. Our sports reporter Peterson Mesharia brings the story.
Harambee Starlets have been dealt an injury blow ahead of the Four Nations tournament set to be held in Zambia. First choice goalkeeper Lilian Award and debatable left back Enes Mango have both been ruled out of the tournament after sustaining injuries, reducing coach Beldine Odreba's option as the team gears up for the competition.
Tuliachia FIFA series tukiendelea juu pia tutaki kuangusha watu tu coach juu anajua pale walituachia na wanajua weakness yetu vile tulicheza FIFA series na strong point yetu, so ni kurudi kuangalia pale tulikosea na pale tulifanya poa kucorrect.
Award has been a key figure between the post for the national side, while Mango has played an important role in the team defensive setup. Their absence is expected to test the squad depth with to assess the squad and build momentum ahead of the future international assignment. With two key players now sidelined, Harambee Starlets will have to rely on the depth within their squad as they head into the Four National Tournament in Zambia. Reporting for TAS TV, Kiambu County, Thika, Pearson Masharia.
And now we have come to an end of our news today. And don't forget to follow our YouTube channel at TAS TV at Achieve, TAS TV officials, and TikTok. Presenter Mother Syengo, thank you for tuning.
This week on News Recap, politics took a new turn.
DCP blames the government of not delivering what they promised.
Health concerns sparked a fresh conversation.
The big questions remains to Kenyans. Is SHA still working?
Security issues continued to make headlines. And groundbreaking discoveries captured global attention. These are the stories shaping our world. News Recap, where the week's biggest story come together.